Hi everyone, I'm John Twells, the executive editor of Fact magazine, and some of you might know we do a regular series called Against the Clock, where producers make a track in 10 minutes, and we've brought that to Mutek Montreal this year. We've got two artists making tracks in 10 minutes today. We've got first Wiklow, and straight after that we're going to have anabasine, who you might have seen play last night. So he hasn't had a lot of sleep, but still managed to put together all this gear, which is quite impressive. So first up, Michael Dean, aka Wiklow, and he's going to be using laptop and controller, and we should be able to have the process and everything coming up on the screen, so you'll be able to see what he's doing, and he'll also be talking a little bit through the process as he's making the track.
Cool.
Is the microphone all sorted?
Check 1, 2.
Great.
Hello.
We are go.
So this is the panic process. Can you tell me when the clock starts, I guess?
All right. And go.
Okay, let's go. So this is welcome to Panic City, I guess. I'm gonna just put some sound in to start of whatever. Maybe some jazz. Let's see. I'd say Miles. Why not? That's okay, groovy, okay. We'll make it nice and smooth. And I don't know if you've ever seen Justin Bieber stretch to 10,000%, but it sounded beautiful, so maybe this will. Not bad. Well, no time to think, so let's just go. Not so sure. Let's try again. Sonny Clark. Nope. Oscar Peterson. How about this? Oh, that's kind of nice, actually. Let's do it. Select all, render, okay, desktop users. I don't know, man. I'm doing this on the laptop today, but I usually am not such a laptop person, but I thought this would be easy. I don't know if it is. Oh, I think I just removed my desktop, but test.wave, baby. I'm very pragmatic and, oh my God, what's going on? I'm very, my keyboard doesn't work, oh, bad news. I am not very organized at all when I make music. It's just a total mess, and in fact, to prepare for today, instead of actually clearing my desktop and organizing it, I just all put it in one big folder called desktop. I'll put it in music, okay, because that's easy right now. Test.wave. Okay. Oh, come on. Okay, how many, we're clicking already? 2 minutes in, come on. Okay, let's try it one more time. Stretch it. Okay, and ball render selection. Super interesting to watch a man on a computer, but I don't care. Okay, test.wave, render. And then I'm gonna go find that, and maybe we have a tune already. I didn't think I was going to be stressed out about this, but whoa, totally wrong. It's freaking me out. Okay. Well, I'll wait for that to happen. I'm going to open something. I'm going to open Reactor. I like to play with this a lot. I used it a lot in my last project that was presented on Wednesday with Push One Stop. I have a drum machine that I made that is kind of fun to play with. We'll just go with random sounds because there's no time for thinking. Random things. Let's turn that up a little bit. It's quite quiet. Okay, random sounds pretty good actually. Don't like that much. Let's make the kick sound kind of cool. Maybe some of this. maybe some crazy big crushing or something. Whatever, it's enough. Maybe we'll record that. Minutes. Okay, well, that's gonna have to do. Let's quit that. Thanks. Nope. Okay, that's enough. Play that. We'll run this into some effects. Who knows what? Holy shit. Excuse me. Let's just record that output. Okay, this can all go to. How does this even work? Okay. Track in Git. Our fancy sound would probably be done by now. Audio input, we don't get any sound here? Come on, we're better than that. Ooh, time is ticking. Oh, resample, okay. Nope. Well, let's go find some sounds so we have something to work with at least. Don't really know where I put that. Test a wave. Maybe it's there, okay. Not going well. So I really like long drawn out samples of sound, usually. And then you kind of loop them in that kind of groove that always feels kind of good. Couldn't be red because it's not licensed. Ooh. Okay. Pictures. Don't worry, we'll get there. It's some self-confidence I'm trying to build up. We got nothing. Seriously? Oh, it's not even done. Okay. Well, let's keep going with our problematic. Why won't my routing work? Okay, let's just put it on new tracks because we don't care. Cool. That's good enough. Now let's make it sound what the way out there. I don't really like that, so let's just get rid of it. Put this into our kit track. Come on, really? Why is that silent? Ah! Okay, so I put all these things on it. Let's. Sounds kind of nice. Let's record that. Cool. Okay, maybe let's have some of this. Doesn't even seem to work. That's kind of cool. Okay, what about this one? I kind of like that. That's nice, actually. That's great. We'll use that. Maybe mess with that a little bit. We're at 7 minutes. Oh, come on. Good enough. Great. That's half the track. Okay, we don't care about this anymore then. So let's just take this on a new track. Go like this. Stretch it way out. Why not? There's a track. Well, it's time to record because we're out of time. So we had music. Come on, where did I put that? Render. Here. So let's record. Panic ensues. "10 minutes at home, so slow, no problems. 10 minutes here, ooh. That's kind of nice. Okay, so let's record. like we're gonna have an intro track. Thanks. It was sketchy, but hey, good thing I brought my controllers.
Do you want to play the end result while we do the Q&A?
Yeah, let's do it. Justin Bieber meets Glitch. So my narrative was probably terrible. I was totally infatuated with what was going on in the box, but I don't even know where that got saved. Well, hopefully I have nothing objectionable in my hard drives and everything else for everybody to see, but that's the way it is. Where did it go? Desktop, of course. Random files, okay. Which I deleted off my desktop. Okay, well, excuse me. Hide, 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 all go away. I also chose a nice offensive color for my background because I thought that was kind of funny, but. Okay, let's see. 1 minute 13, okay, that's 10%.
Album intro.
Yeah, the album intro, here we go. Called Untitled.
So I think probably what people are going to want to know is what exactly were you doing?
I don't know. At one point, we got all these plugins that showed up, and I was like, whoa! Like, I don't think I've ever really had that happen before. I just jammed all those glitch things into, but I think I changed one of the settings on my computer recently, so the windows come up. Anyway, it scared me a little bit.
It was amazing to see everything come together just at the final.
I saw like 30 seconds. I was like, oh, that's it.
Did anybody have any questions on the floor? We got a. Do you want to? Oh.
So you say you mostly don't work on the laptop. Do you process a lot of your sounds externally, then bring it into the DAW to do kind of like the routing records method, or how does this kind of compare to your workflow normally?
Yeah, we can. You want me to turn down here?
Yeah. Because it was really interesting to see the quick resampling. You know, I thought that was actually really cool, and running it through effects, kind of almost in like an arbitrary fashion, but then you pull it apart and get those like atmospheric textures.
I personally think that trying to always break your way of working is where I get a lot of like new accidents and cool things that happen. So I will work outside on instruments, not for any reason other than I like to touch things, and I have severe tendinitis in my arms. Working on the laptop is like, I feel like a dinosaur a little bit. But I don't know, like that's not, resampling and re-recording has come for that process for me a lot because you have to record what you're doing. So I work like that, and it doesn't always work out that well. Like if I didn't have good speakers or a bad reference, or I did a bad mix, then I resample and I re-record something. It sounds terrible, and there's no mix that's gonna fix it. But no, it's kind of my process because of working with random found sounds or random things. That's just to always re-record and see what that gives you at the end. Yeah. Anybody else? Yeah.
Do you find that you use a lot of stock effects when you're in your normal studio process, when you have more time than 10 minutes, or
stock
is it a lot
effects?
of, like stock Ableton effects or what have you?
Yes and no. I think there are some like bread and butter things that are useful. But there are other places I've just found character that I really like. I'm not a huge fan of the stock stuff, just because I feel you get used to the sound and you hear it in a lot of things, it becomes something that it's like, well, you know, as a sound person, you're always looking for a new sound. It's not whether it's good or bad. So I tried to kind of find alternatives. For me, you saw me open up Reactor 15 times. But I found Reactor is really cool. There's a lot of things in there that, although it's been used by a lot of people and is used by a lot of people, for me it still sounds like, oh, I get these things because you hook stuff up and it doesn't do what you think, and then it's surprising. So I like that. Somebody else over here.
Have you ever run into problems with using samples, like copyright infringement, or is it like time stretched enough that nobody will ever notice?
Do you think that was copyrighted?
No, but but yeah, have you ever run into that, or is it like a really cool way to get away? To like, is it a gray area in terms of like how much you've manipulated it?
Well, this can't put me into trouble because I really don't sample that much from tracks like I did there. That was like, I got 10 minutes and I got to put some sound in. Like, I know stretching stuff sounds cool, but in my own experience, always stretching my own stuff, if it isn't really nicely mixed, or there isn't a lot of harmonic content or really beautiful chords or these things, it just kind of like, you get the stretch sound, which is sometimes really, you want that sound, but other times when you want a very rich sound, like it can come from that. But I don't do that much, so I don't really run into that problem. However, my thoughts on it are, in terms of sound and sampling, I think anything goes, and copyright and whatever, like if you want to reuse somebody else's composition and put a beat over it, I mean, that's one thing, but especially in the creative process, I don't think we're creating to try to make the cash and we're able to copyright. It's about that process of anything goes. And two, when I look at the history of music, how people have always composed music, there's stories of Mozart, who used to write down the music of people he would go and hear because his ears were so good. Like, to me, what's the difference if we're passing on these kind of traditions of taking what somebody else is doing, studying it or playing with it, and then reusing it? So to me, I'm like, just do it, and then if it's a problem, like, I guess don't use the track, but yes.
Do you ever resample your own work?
I do, yeah, but like I said, it's an integral part of my process. I'm doing it all the time, but I have run into a lot of problems with down the line where I was too quick, like I don't care, that the the sound wasn't really that good. A technique that I use a lot when I play live is to record a loop of what I'm playing and have it repitch so it's down a fifth or an octave or some interesting interval, and then you can easily bring some new sound in that sounds related but not necessarily the same. So I'll do that a lot live, but in my own work, resampling my own tracks, it's not something I do that much. But I have seen, there's one producer, I think, Wolg, I've seen, you should watch his videos on the internet. He does this process of cutting up his own tracks and doing crazy stuff with it. It's a plug for him, go check it out.
I think we've got time for another one, just one. Anybody?
Did I not talk fast enough?
All right.
I talked really fast.
Those Reactor plugins you're using, were those built into Reactor? I saw you had that little glitch kit, and that was all Reactor stuff, right?
Yeah. With my last project that was here on Wednesday, we did that project on the sound side was fully in Reactor because it was necessary for the communication between audio and visual that we were doing to be able to send messages in the way we wanted something really tight. So as a result of that, I ended up building a lot of stuff in Reactor. So at this point, I found Reactor to be really powerful with what's already there. There's a lot of really cool stuff, but it's really opened up to me when I realized when you start building your own machines, even if it's already been done, just because you know what's inside it, so you can make links from wherever you want to other devices. So for example, one thing that I built that I found really useful is that when something changes in every beat, you can make clocks, for example, that run on every 16th note or whatever division you want. So at every time the snare hits, for example, it triggers a whole bunch of new effects, and so the snare always sounds different. But I've never found anything else, any other software that allows you to do that unless it's like something like Max, that allows you to do that stock. I just haven't seen it exist. Modulars.
Well, thank you very much.
Thanks a lot.
Wiklow, everybody.